When I say hi, you say gay. Hi.
Gay.
Hi.
Gay.
Hi.
Gay.
Hey guys, it's Editing Shiloh here. You'll notice the audio is absolutely insane. I don't know what happened, but I will fix it before next week. Thanks, Divas. Sorry it sounds like that for the whole hour-long video. Love you, mean it. Bye. Hey, you.
Are you a lady boy?
Oh, bitch.
Girl, I said, are you a... Are you a... Oh. Us too.
Hey, posters.
Hey, lurkers.
I'm Adrian.
I'm Shiloh.
And welcome to the Ladyboy Radio Hour.
It's never once sounded good though. So like, wake that up.
Okay, I would disagree.
You would disagree?
I just think that our voices just like blend so seamlessly together.
Oh my God.
You've been like all up on me recently.
What are you talking about?
Crony.
What are you talking about?
No, literally every 3 seconds I'll turn around and this man's looking at me like this.
And then if that's not the case, it's the other way around.
That is true. One of these days we're gonna fuck on camera.
Oh, that's no.
Don't
In the
act-
sense that,
In the sense that, welcome. In the sense that we're gonna fuck on camera. Right out the gate. Can I just come in hot?
yeah.
Stop. Can I come in hot with a local dolls segment? Just
Oh,
let's
shit.
get it out of the way. Guys,
Oh my
local
God.
dolls. And I took your advice and I just,
My NV check.
which I don't normally do because it's usually shit advice.
That is not true.
Sometimes.
The part about you not taking the advice is true. The part about it being bad is not true.
Sometimes. Mama, you are not a monolith. You are but a man.
I would not say that my advice is bad. I think sometimes it might not be as helpful, but I feel like bad advice would lead someone to do something unfortunate. And I don't feel like I've led you astray. I might just not have helped you.
That part. So not bad advice, just not advice that I'm going to use.
Right. That's usually more on your end.
Let's just jump
Show me
right
these
into
dolls.
it. I
Show
went
me these little
on
dolls.
Facebook Marketplace today to see what the offerings were, and they are bountiful. They're bountiful.
For those who don't know, the Local Dolls is a segment where Shiloh shows me dolls that he finds on Facebook Marketplace because I collect beautiful vintage Barbie dolls, and Shiloh is a fiend for fucking Facebook Marketplace. So this is sort of the unhappy love child of those two things.
Listen, Facebook is terrible.
Mama, it's a cesspool.
Mark, if you're watching this, Zuckerberg, you know the one. Mark. Jane, we've been rewatching The Comeback this week.
Love the comeback. If you guys have not seen it, you guys have to. It is so amazing. We'll talk about it.
Yes, well, they're doing a season 3 also. If you guys don't know the lore, it's
so
2
good.
seasons, but they were filmed 10 years apart.
Yeah.
And it's getting
it's
a third.
been 10 years
It's
since
been
the
10
last
years.
season, so it's so good. You just have to watch it.
Lisa
I got
Kudrow.
it.
I don't want to see that. It's so good. It's like really quick, brief detour about The Comeback because it's like they're filming a reality show alongside a sitcom. And Lisa Kudrow's character,
This is the original season, like
Yes.
the original like setup.
yes, they're filming her like comeback to TV in her sitcom,
She had been in like a
an 80s.
sitcom like 10 years before that. That was like, I think like decently okay, and she won like a People's Choice Award for us. So
But she
was,
like peaked.
yeah,
That was like
she,
her.
She peaked, and so she's trying to like find that again.
Yes, and she's crazy. Like, she's crazy. And instead of just like being herself for the reality TV cameras, she's constantly getting like trying to get the director's attention and being like, don't use this footage, don't use like anytime she's being herself.
Well, because she's the like epitome of somebody that's like just so not like confident like in herself, like enough to like not care about what everyone else thinks, which like, is like a hard way to be. But then on top of that, like being an actor, and then on top of that, being someone that is trying to like have a comeback on reality TV, like
Yeah.
it's insane.
It's insane. It's so fucking good. And but the end of season 2, I weep.
Oh my god, it's
I
so
weep.
good.
I
It
weep.
is like, yeah, y'all have to watch it.
It's
so good.
really, really
Leave
good.
a comment below if y'all would like to see a video of us breaking down the first 2 seasons.
We love it. We have
that
studied the
show.
fucking tapes,
We
dude.
we love that show. It is
And-
so good.
For those of you struggling to comprehend the format, it's kind of like faux mockumentary, you know, and it's like a mockumentary setup
Yeah,
where it's
like
raw
found
footage.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not edited reality TV show footage. It is like the opening sequence is the like error screen that says air quotes the comeback raw footage real, and it just starts
Yeah.
playing
Well-
like from moment 1. It's so good.
Yeah, because the show like doesn't air, like the whole season like builds up to like at the end of it is when they have like the viewing party for the first episode, and y'all just have to watch it. It's
You have to watch
it's
it.
so insane. It's so crazy.
You have to watch it. I'm trying to figure out what
But
app
yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
we're
delete.
we are obsessed with it. It's so good. While Shiloh looks for the local dolls.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I just had to delete an app from my iPad to have storage. So that's where I'm at in life. Okay, the local dolls. So I went
The
on
local
Facebook
dolls.
Marketplace and I said, what do these local doll collectors have for me? So we're gonna do you see the like quality of the footage? What's going on? When I screenshotted it, it looks normal. Hello?
Did
Mary, what's
like
going
that?
on? Okay, the one before it is normal. Hold on. Everybody calm down. Everybody relax. This is riveting audio quality content. Okay, you can kind of read it. Whatever.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so this first image. Okay, we are going to do a better job of describing these. Now that we have a more organized way of looking at them.
Pigeons here.
The baby girl is eating. Okay.
So sorry if you hear crunching
This-
noises. Okay.
So right now I'm not seeing any photo. I'm just seeing the title and the description of the listing. It says medium and small porcelain dolls, $10. The description says $10 to $15 each. All collectibles. Some are full body porcelain. All
it
signed
says
by
singed,
their-
but she did mean signed.
It says signated by various artists. Might be missing some accessories like shoes or eyelashes. I would not say that lashes are accessories, but let's take a look. Let's take a look.
So prepare yourself.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with Miss Girl here.
I love Miss Girl right here. Where she
She-
kind of cunts it. Okay, so
She's kind of content.
we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dolls.
Mama, this is Rosemary's Baby. That's the one she was talking about.
Oh my god. They range from like very like baby doll to like somewhat like that one's definitely like a fashion doll.
Yeah,
I
this is
would
like an
say.
80s fashion doll,
Yeah,
guaranteed.
like
But
she's trying to
this,
serve.
Mama,
That
that's
one's definitely a
haunted.
baby doll, yeah.
That
These
is
are
haunted.
very there's like very thick hair, curls, ringlets. These would definitely be ones that I would say look haunted. I would not want to be sleeping in a room with these. Okay, so this is the next slide. This is not a baby doll. This is like a young person doll.
Yeah.
The hair, wow,
Wow.
like a red matted nest.
Like, she's looking.
The dress is this weird like mint green pale off-white type of weird.
Baby doll dress, literally in the sense that there's no waistline.
It's so crazy.
It's so, and there's a glitter eyeshadow situation.
The glitter shadow is very confusing to me.
And a
I wonder if
streak that
came
looks
with
like
it.
tears, which
Yeah.
creeps me out.
Oh, I hadn't perceived that.
You
until
hadn't
now.
perceived that, Mama?
Let's scroll.
You don't like to behold her?
No.
From the same listing, I got a close-up of your girl.
This is Miss Girl That's Content. She is definitely still giving haunted doll, but she's giving like haunted doll that like serves puss type of thing.
No, completely serves this.
The brows, she definitely shaved them off a little bit of it. Those are fiercely going on with eyeshadow.
And they're also asymmetrical.
Wake it up. Oh,
My brother texting me. I should put on Do Not Disturb. Love you, Tyler. Okay. And this is one of the last ones from this list.
Okay, so this is a baby doll, and yet it has sickening lashes,
And the waterline is filled in.
black gray eyes. The mouth is really, really crazy. Wearing
said-
this like white doily around her neck. The hair is giving Lance Devereaux.
Completely blanched never out.
Like,
It's-
what the hell? This is so crazy. Oh, okay. So this doll looks like her name is Molly, and good golly, Miss Molly.
Good golly, Miss
Um,
Molly. And Molly, she has done Molly she's doing right now.
The hair
She looks twirly
is
now.
crazy. She has so much of it. The eyes are huge. She
The
looks
eyes are
poked
so
the fuck out. It's so wild.
I love the
Um,
the fall versus the bang.
Yes.
I think that is incredible. Like the bang is just,
Wow.
and then it is really a masterpiece.
This is so crazy.
And just her. For those of you not watching, you're really missing a sir. Oh, and I screenshotted nothing. This is from the same
Oh
listing,
my god,
actually.
this is like a poor, like, famished, like, child
Yeah.
with massive green eyes.
Honestly, can I say something?
Say it.
This looks like my sister.
Oh.
When my sister didn't dye her hair black and had bangs, she did for many years have bangs.
Mm.
This looks like my sister, not Amish and famished, as you said.
Not that.
My sister's neither of those things.
Nothing of the sort.
She's
Somebody lied to her several
a
times.
she faggot and a queer.
Queer.
Okay, so this is the next listing. Nothing. No
No
description.
information on it except that it's sold by a Miss Cindy. Oh.
So this is a
Wow.
baby doll wearing what I think is kind of a sickening two-piece number and a bonnet.
The face. There's something about those eyes. This baby bites.
This
This
baby,
baby
something
bites.
about the scowl.
Oh.
I'm like,
Oh.
I'm genuinely scared. Also, the
Sour
smudge like
Paciano.
on the tip of her nose.
You're like, what's
is
going on?
What she been doing?
Brown nosing.
But I do like this top. Honestly, I'd wear it.
I would like to see it. Okay, this next listing. Pebbles and Bam Bam dolls from Ideal 1963. Okay. I'm scared. 1960s
Description.
Ideal Flintstones dolls, Pebbles and Bam Bam. Very good vintage condition. I'm disappointed because in my mind's eye, I'm seeing like a good like version of this where I'm like, oh, this is cute. I grew up like with the Flintstones.
Right.
I like 60s is closer to the era of dolls that I'm into. I had a feeling this is going to be absolutely horrible.
Why would you possibly? Guys, I love this bit. I don't know if this bit is any fun for the audience, but this is one of my favorite
Oh
bits.
my
I love doing this with
God. I
you. What's
cannot.
going on with Miss Girl? Does she have conjunctivitis? Like,
What is going on? Okay, so. Okay.
so, okay. I don't even know, frankly, I don't even really know which one is Pebbles and who is Bam Bam. I don't know these motherfuckers from Adam. Like, I don't know who this is. I'm so
I
sorry to
think
this.
Bam Bam is the one on the right.
And Pebbles is.
Yeah, the pattern of
Okay, the other non-binary
I did watch
baby.
the Flintstones in Spanish when I was like a child. So.
Yeah, I wasn't really watching.
But
the
like Bam Bam
Flintstones.
was whenever, like growing up, like whenever, like somebody in the home would like throw something by mistake or like drop something, my mom would be like, "Oh my God, it's Bam Bam."
That's very cute.
I don't even know like where to begin, and the unfortunate part of it is that I can tell by the hair and kind of by the face molds that like these are just this is exactly what is described.
Like,
The thing about like in the 60s and the 70s is that like the dolls did look crazy. Some of the dolls did look insane.
yeah, like this is really spooky. I'm quite scared.
It's spooky and like why are so like nude? Okay, what is this one? This says lovely matryoshka doll in perfect condition, bought by my mom over 25 years ago by Kate.
And this one's pretty cut and dry.
Okay.
I just thought her
She's
face
kinda
was so
cute.
impish and delightful.
Completely impish. Impish.
She looks kind of like an owl.
Very cute. I like that it looks old. I like things that look old sometimes.
Wow, you're
In like
so
a cool way. I don't know.
you're
Fuck you.
so different and cool. First person to like vintage, Adrian Machado over here. Congrats.
Don't get me started on you. Mortimer Snurd ventriloquist doll, as is missing a shoe.
So I just need to let you know that I don't know who this is. Who Mortimer Snurd is.
You don't know him from Adam.
I don't know him from Adam. I don't know who this man is.
You don't know him from Adam for Adam. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know this bitch for
Okay.
shit.
Sorry to this man.
Sorry to this man. I don't know you, but who is this man? And he is indeed missing a shoe.
Oh wow. Why is this Loki? Why is this Cynthia's Dracula? What?
You said, why is this Cynthia's what?
As Dracula from the Snatch Game.
Bro, when we come back from this break we're about to take, after
Oh
we
my
finish
God.
this local doll segment, we're going to talk about the episode of Drag Race.
Oh mama. Oh,
But that's Mortimer Snurd.
so scary.
I don't know who this is, but I
That is so
screamed out loud.
scary. Porcelain baby doll is the next one. Let's see it. Oh!
This is a
Why
baby.
is the baby kind of muggy?
Yeah,
kinda
it's
mugged out?
it looks like Georges. It's quite muggy in here.
Completely.
It's a baby wearing a bonnet and a ball. No, I almost said ball gown. A nightgown rather.
A ball gown.
Crawling on what looks to be a glass table, and it's quite frightening.
No, it's very scary, and it's a little bit like.
But
wait,
she is wearing the appropriate amount of
That's also-
blush.
T. Just a little low.
Can you hold this for a second? Gotta make sure the computer's still recording everyone.
Just a little
Very
bit.
glamorous setup we have here.
Glamorous.
So I think that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, and then me
Yes.
accidentally screen recording. So this is our last local doll. What did you like for? Who was your favorite of the selection today?
I would say the haunted doll that was like starting up a little bit of fashion.
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Slay, honestly.
On the flip, I liked her.
Oh my God,
Mama, Euphoria tease right here.
the glitter shadow boots.
She I kind of live. This is Jinx Monsoon to me.
A Jinxansu.
Yeah, thanks for letting me take you on a tour of the local dolls.
Local
As per
dolls.
always, I loved it.
Then we're gonna take a short break, and then when we
short
come back, we have a little reading activity. We're gonna
Yes.
take a look at some interesting Reddit posts.
And we're gonna talk
As
very
scary as that
briefly
sounds.
about the
Like-
last episode of Drag
Like
Race.
so briefly
Because
because
I don't-
It was so crazy.
I
It
have a
was
lot
so
of feelings
wild.
about it, and I can't yell about it any more than I already have. We'll be back.
We as gay people, we get to choose our causes. And as Ladyboys, we are determined to use the platform we have to support the organizations that support us and our tribe.
This week, we're highlighting the Ali Forney Center, whose mission is to protect LGBTQ plus youths from the harms of homelessness and empower them with the tools needed to live independently.
They were founded in 2002 in honor of Ali Forney, an unhoused queer youth who was tragically murdered. In times such as these, it's more important than ever to protect and uplift the most vulnerable of our community.
The 24-hour center not only provides food and shelter, but also rehabilitative resources, like transitional housing and job readiness training.
You can find a link to their donation page in our episode description, so please do your big one if you can. You can even donate directly as a birthday gift, which is great because it helps to recognize the center's youths as individuals.
Ladyboys, rise up.
Well, we're back. So let's just
We are back.
rip it off and talk about what I'm sure some of you are here to talk about, which is this last episode of Drag Race All-Stars 10. I'm going to give my brief tangent. Ginger Minge, I'm sick of your stupid ass. And now that you're skinny, I really could care less about what's going on. I'm sorry. I'll say it. I'll be the fatty who says it. All this Drag Race, this season of Drag Race is not safe for fat people to watch. And I was, until yesterday, July 4th, when I watched the episode, I was, until yesterday, a Mistress fan. I cannot say that after that moment, I will ever be a Mistress fan again. Because her runway, I literally was like, oh, so the Mean Girl thing, you have just, like, proven that it's right. Because now that you are not in a super fat body, you are, like, her being like, I used to be this size and now I'm this size. I'm this prettier, skinnier version of me. And I, inside that fat, ugly Lauren, I always had something beautiful inside. Like, she didn't say all that, but she came out in a fat suit, guys. And, like, it just, she's continued the long legacy of being a fat person who got thin and hating fat people more than anybody else. Like, Mistress, people still have that body. People don't have money for dietitians and still look like that. So for her to get up there and wear that and do like a bad reveal from a fat suit to a ball gown that looked like shit, and for her to be like, yeah, this is who I became, I'm out of my cocoon, and to hear RuPaul, Michelle, and everyone in the room, and Ginger Minge, because Ginger said at one point that she is now half the girl but twice the woman.
Half the man, but twice the woman.
Right. I was like, so I'm gonna club you.
Oh, that's
Not
in
actually.
the sense that
I don't
you
want
know
to be like Tyra, banned from drag con, all that shit. But like, it just was so upsetting. I was like, okay, so Drag Race is not for fat queens anymore. If Latrice ever comes back, I guess she's gonna have to come back 150 pounds lighter because we no longer like. I just, fat phobia is so rooted in like fascism, and they want you to think about being skinny instead of like everything else. And so just to see them buy into the rhetoric, I was like kind of gutted. It was a really hard watch for me. Really hard watch for me. I've decided I'm not gonna watch the rest of the season. I don't care like if y'all watch it genuinely, and I won't be offended if y'all watch it because it's not that serious. I just, with the way that people have been talking about fat people and their bodies, like even thin people are talking about their bodies, I'm not doing this with y'all. If y'all want to act crazy over there in your little corner where it doesn't, like, whatever, go do your thing. I'm not taking part of it. And that's my tirade.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's like so many things at play because like I think that this season right now, like aside from the weirdness, I do feel bad for Ginger because she is generally like, she is doing well, but she's being so blatantly favored. I mean, she's been in the top the last 4 consecutive episodes, and not every time it's felt like a rightful top / like it just is so insane because it just sets her up to be not in favor like with the fans, regardless of how well she does, because it always feels like, you know, it's rigged. And then I think that there's been a lot of back and forth in conversation about like Mistress's like behavior like up until that like moment in the episode. And I have been of the camp that like, you know, I think, yeah, like you're making TV, like these things were filmed like almost like a year ago, like we don't know these people, blah 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 blah, like it's drama, sure, like whatever. And like I think that like there is, when you're making a TV show, like there's a place for someone that is self-aware and knows that like she's really just trying to like stir the pot, like first and foremost. But I do think that like there's just, there is like, when you are being shady and being shitty to someone else that is like most likely like your friend on the same show that like you're on, it's one thing. But when you're making a statement that feels so like derogatory and like offensive to a whole like large like group of people that are watching the show and haven't, and like don't know you and you don't know them, like that is just like that's such a big leap. And like I think that like there's a very long and like nuanced conversation that can be had about just like general like weight loss. But it's I think we're stuck in such a like a individualistic like mindset that it's so hard to like see things that are not so black and white, because a healthy body looks so many different ways, and the conversation is framed like around it being about like health, but it's not about health. It's about aesthetics. It's not about like if you are physically healthy and if you are able to do like the shit that like you need to do in your life, like that looks a lot of different ways on a lot of different people. And if you know, I don't know Mistress like that. I don't know her life outside of the content that like she makes and I like have consumed. So I don't know what her individual situation is. What I do know is that when what we saw of her like discussing it, we heard like nothing about her health and all about her will to live, and so it felt like it was completely tied to aesthetics, which again, like, okay,
I can't
like,
stop you from losing weight
like,
for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, like,
but I can ask you to stop fucking talking about it like that in front of me,
right?
And my salad.
And then like for the most part, like I like had felt like, and this is also because we had just like come off of like the gender bracket, and like I've been seeing like some of her like press stuff, and like all she talks about is like the weight loss and like this and that, and like it was getting so annoying. And I was like, well, like at least like Mistress isn't making like this whole thing about it. But then she went and then she like talked about it and like said all that. So I was like, okay, this is, you know, I wish that if we weren't like gonna make like a thought out like response for the platform that like we're on, that we just didn't talk about it. Like it's allowed to be like something that like you just like don't like. I would much rather you just like be like, I don't want to talk about it, than say something insane.
Yeah.
Because like there is such a difference between like you doing you in your own life and you going on a like a really big like platform and like co-signing on like a certain behavior or like sentiment. Right. And then I thought that the runner was so fucking insane, because it was, number one, it was not like, nothing about it was like good. Like it was so like clunky, not like well made, not like well shown. So like from the get-go, it's already like, okay, what the fuck are we doing? And then beyond that, the idea and the message is so corny, because it's like, your drag is no different now. Like, especially her, like, versus gender. Yeah, there's been a really big, like, transformation, but like we were saying at the beginning of the episode, that, like, she's not, like, trying to look like a small
Mistress,
person.
you're still a fatty.
Like, it's still, like, a big, like, difference.
Yeah.
But it's, like, we're not, like, really serving a different fantasy necessarily. She's not dressing herself differently. Like, it's not that. Like, nothing about from when we last saw her to when she comes back in the merge, like, aside from the fact that, yeah, she, like, lost weight, like, okay, but, like, we already saw that. Like, why does that, like, need to be the storyline of this look? And then why does it have to, like, take the form of this idea of, like, oh, I used to look like this, how awful, this is awful. And that's the whole thing with, like, before and after shifts that people don't get, is, like, you and your journey
That's your fucking business.
Do you? But when you show that and you're saying, "Oh, I used to look like that, and now I finally look like this," it makes the people whose healthy body looks like year before, like,
feel crazy.
feel insane, and that's just like there's no room for that because why are they in it? Like, no one, like, no other fat person has to do with you and your like shit. So don't like bring them into it, and don't do this whole thing, and then to see the judges be like, "Oh yeah, like that was good." No,
You ate
it
that up,
wasn't.
sis.
No,
she did
wasn't.
not.
Like it looked bad, and the message was troubling. So like,
And
it's just so disappointing.
every single judge on that panel is culpable because they co-signed that fucking message when they were like, "That look ate, sis." And let's
So
talk about it.
crazy.
It didn't. It looked like
did
shit.
not. Like, it
it
was
was
so
a
wild.
bad fucking look. She had a memory foam mattress for a fat suit, and she revealed into a ball gown that looks like one of the like Barbie cake ball gowns
Like, it
that
was
you build
literally-
around because it was a
yeah.
fucking mattress. It's
like, it was literally
ridiculous.
just like a shirt top.
Yeah.
Like, and then
circle
like
skirt.
so, not even a circle skirt because it was like fucking so lumpy with all of the fat suit like underneath as like what? Like that is so insane.
Girl,
that is so insane that like they wanted to feed us that like fucking bullshit that was. And for what? Because she was still on the bottom.
Because she
like,
was
that's
still
what
on the
really
fucking
blew
bottom.
my mind is I'm like, y'all went out of your way to be like, yeah, like the runway was good. No, it wasn't. It was
It
not.
wasn't.
And there was no need to give her any sort of like redeeming like feedback because she was going to be in the bottom anyway. And y'all knew that she was going to send Cynthia home. Like it would have had to have been like a very specific like song for that like not to happen because she's a good like lip syncer. And then they went like with something that was so clearly like, okay, like this is like a mistress number, like this like
Yeah.
like it was a weird song, but like it was definitely something that like I feel like she would do, and she has shown that that's like her vibe. So like it just was so unnecessary and so disappointing to as someone that like has like also been like a fan of Mistress, because it's like, okay, well now this is weird. And also like part of what I liked about her was like that she really like hadn't talked like about like the way like that, and like she hadn't like made it weird. So I was like, okay, like you look so different, but like at least you're not being like
weird about it.
like about it, like just making jokes that felt like she was in on it. But then the way that she was joking and the look that she showed on the runway, it doesn't make me feel like she's in on the joke in a way that makes me comfortable laughing along, because now it's like, okay, you are caught up in some weird shit, and I don't really like it because
Well,
that's not like what I consume your like content for. Like that's not like what I'm here for. Like that's weird.
Yeah. It like
that's weird, and that's like so yeah,
and I don't think
very odd.
I think people hate Mistress for the wrong reasons oftentimes, because
Yes.
it is a TV show and she is like doing a bit a lot of the time when she's like
Yeah.
air quotes bullying
She's
her
not getting any hate for this
co-stars.
stuff, which is like so insane. Like the conversation, and I'm gonna call y'all out. The conversation on Reddit is insane because like there is only one post like where people are actually talking about it, and there's a lot of us being downvoted for being like, well, this was fucking fatphobic, because, well, mind you, of course, like Reddit is like not the best place to find like not like fatphobic fucking Drag Race fans, but like still like it's just like I think that the problem right now is that we can't have like nuanced discussions about how something like this is harmful and like reckless and irresponsible to do on such a large like platform, because everyone is like, oh well, like her like journey is valid, right? But this isn't just about her. This is
Yeah,
about
she
like
said,
everybody
and
that
how
is
I
watching
used to
that.
look isn't
Yeah.
valid. She said
No,
bodies that
literally.
look like that, fuck them.
So
Because
it's
there's
just-
a prettier, skinnier version of you in there.
Yeah.
And it would behoove you to find it, is what that says.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about it because being fat is funny, is a hee hee ha ha joke to these people, instead of like just a state of existence. So,
There's also like
Like,
so
get
many
real.
things can be true like at once, and so like yeah, like have there been like very like prominent like Ru girls that are like fat? Yeah, but that doesn't mean that like there's been like fairness in like how many have actually been crowned, and that the second that they become small, the way that they are like talked about is so insane. And the fact that it is such a likelihood that like Ginger might win this season, and it's going to be tainted by the fact that like nobody wanted her to be on the season in the first place, and that the narrative like seems to be like, oh, like you are so much freer now, like you are so much blah blah blah. Like it's so insane because like with Ginger too, like what about her was like she was not less than as a queen because she was bigger. Like that didn't stop her from being the queen that got cast in bracket 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that didn't stop you. Like
That didn't stop her from winning all 3 challenges.
right. Like she
Like
didn't
being
have
a
to
fat
be-
queen didn't
be
mean she didn't
thin,
win.
Right. Plus like she looks crazy. I'm so sorry, but like that it's wild. Mind you, we said that we were gonna talk very, very briefly about this, and then we talked about it for a long time because
Well,
it just
because
is so
nobody's
crazy.
fucking talking about it.
It's so fucking crazy.
And me and Lauren sitting on that couch, you were obviously incensed as well, but like there were 2 fatties sitting on that couch, like
no, it was like so
During that runway.
so fucking wild, and yeah, I have done some research, so I do know what ends up happening. So we can discuss off camera about what ends up happening this season.
oh, you like got a spoiler?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Well, I just looked because I was like, well, okay, what are we looking at here? Because
Yeah.
we have 2 episodes left, mind you.
Oh my god, I can't believe there's only 2 episodes left.
Right.
I might watch the like final lip sync SmackDown because I'm nosy.
It's just disappointing because like we are such like huge like Drag Race fans, and like Drag Race is like something that like we spend so much time like watching and like consuming like related content because it does bring joy, and it just is so disappointing to have that like take such a dark turn so randomly like one episode. And like that's and like I say randomly, like not to say that there hasn't been like fatphobia like featured on the show before. I'm definitely not saying that.
Yeah.
But this is like
how dare you,
this is
Mr.
like
Spears?
this is no like this is such a new level of it, and like
It's the show
yeah.
deserves to be something that fat gay people can also watch.
Yeah, and it's
Sorry.
unfortunate too because I wonder if the conversation, if the episode had been different, if there was still someone else that was fat in that room aside from Mistress. Like I wonder like what that vibe like would have been, because we were talking about it, and yeah, at that like moment in time, like Mistress was the biggest one like on screen, and so like I think sometimes like setups like that do leave it so it's like, well, I mean, like, and who exactly is gonna say something right now? You know what I mean? Because it feels like, well, this person is like co-signing on it, and like the only other one that's like known like life is like that person is Ginger, who is no longer one. So
And isn't gonna be like,
there
hey,
was-
that's weird that you did that.
yeah, like that.
Because
like,
she's
room was
feeling her
completely-
skinny oats.
Right.
I'm tired of y'all.
Yeah, so it's just so insane, and like I really hope at this point that Ginger just like does not win, because I think that that's the only way that we could, because the season has been great, and I don't want this bullshit with Mistress in this look and with Ginger's whole like narrative to take away from the fact that I think that this has been a very successful like season, like with this new like format, and like it feels good. I hate that they have to throw in some like extra fuckery, like, because they could have just told Mistress that the look was bad and had her be in the bottom, and she still like could have won the lip sync, and like I still would have been extremely turned off from her, but like the fact that the entire like the whole shit just like revolved around it and felt like it led up to that fucking moment in the runway. I could not believe it.
Yeah, well, they didn't perceive that look as being bad because even though it was a little crunchy for them, the message is good. They like that message. They like it. They're into it. It's not that they like neglected to say the look was bad. They didn't care because to them, the message overpowered it. Which to me, the message is the most fucking offensive part.
No, literally.
So like, you
It's
guys are
just so
fucking
crazy.
crazy. You're crazy. You're wild.
Like, we were watching it, and, like, it felt like we were being gaslit. Like, it was so insane. It's so fucking wild. I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on? So, you know, I don't know, like, what's gonna happen about, like, whether or not, like, who of us in this house will watch the next episode or, like, the last one. I do not know. But I need this to not, like, all of you guys in the comments, all 5 of you, like, we need to let them know that we do not like that shit. We cannot have this be something that continues to happen on the show. Like, it is so insane. And unfortunately, all the moments where you do affirm a fat queen get canceled out the second that you do something like this. Because that is crazy.
Yeah.
Because that is like, oh yeah, slay. But also, no praise will ever be as high as the praise that you will get if you lose weight.
Right.
Not to mention how insane it was in the first bracket with fucking Deja talking about how she almost died getting her surgery, and then Rue was like, well, you look great. Like,
Yeah, that was
Jesus.
crazy too. Let's not forget it.
That was also insane.
It'd be like if
That
she was like, I had a
yeah.
tapeworm, I almost died. And RuPaul was like, slay diva.
That
Where'd
one
you
was
get
so
it?
insane. That one was just like also, I mean, she was also being like insane about it. To be so fair, that was wild of Rue to say, but also all of Deja's time on the season was spent like talking about how, oh, sickening, no, I lost so much fucking weight, I almost died, but now I don't pad.
Right, which you look stupid.
No, like, she looked wild. Like, it looked insane. But
Like, I love her. I do. I actually do really enjoy her. I think she's very funny.
yeah, stay
And I like her
tuned
drag.
and follow along with us as we see how much we will continue to engage with the rest of this season. Because now I'm ready for something else. Now let's move on. Let's do something else because this is crazy.
Yeah.
And it sucks because there's
I'm
so many queens on this cast right now that I'm like obsessed with, and it fucking sucks that like. Ugh.
Well, what they did to my girl Denali also like really kind of ruined it for me as well.
Wild.
Well, we should take a break.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, we will actually do the thing that we were setting out to do this whole episode, which was read some Reddit posts. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey, Mary. As anyone listening to this podcast knows, it's a terrifying and difficult time to be trans in this country. It's more important than ever to support the organizations that support the community.
This week, we're highlighting the Callan Lord Community Health Center, a global leader in queer healthcare with roots stretching back to 1969, just 6 months after the Stonewall riots.
The center provides, in their own words, sensitive quality healthcare and related services to New York's lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community in all their diversity, regardless of their abilities to pay. To further this mission, Callan Lord promotes health education and wellness and advocates for LGBTQ+ health issues.
The center offers a bunch of services such as dental care, HIV and STI testing/treatment, and what we're really highlighting today, trans healthcare mama. They are the only primary care center in New York City that is specifically for the queer community, making it inherently safer. They offer a wide array of trans health services, as well as providing the opportunity to have a primary care provider as well as a mental health provider. They will get you together, girl.
You can find a link to their donation.
You can find a link to their donation page.
You can find a link. You can find a link to their donation page
Where can I find it?
in the episode description, bitch. Go do your big one and trans rights.
Period.
Hey!
Hi.
We're back. Let's get down to it.
Let's
do it.
laugh.
Let's do it. Okay, so I thought it'd be funny. Okay, so this is a setup.
I thought it would be funny.
We each, fuck you, first of all, we each picked 3 posts on some sort of Am I the Asshole subreddit.
Look who was waiting for me.
Oh, please.
Scary.
And so I thought it'd be funny if we read each other's. So we take turns
Yeah,
and read
that should be fun.
my first one.
I gotta pick which one I want you to read because I
Thrilling audio content.
Okay, I got mine. Let me put my water bottle down. I'm juggling. Look, my hands are so big and masculine they can hold. I will strike thee.
Let's get to reading.
Am I the asshole for kicking my roommate out after catching her having a foursome with 3 guys in my living room?
Oh my God!
Well. What else does it say?
I am 25 female, and now former roommate is 22 female. She lived with me for 6 months. I knew she had a boyfriend. What I didn't realize, she was swinging with other men. Her relationship life is none of my business or concern. But what happened brings me utter disgust. A few nights ago, I came home from work, like usual. I walked into the house, and I hear noises coming from the living room, moaning and slapping to be exact. I rush into the living room, and there is my roommate, her boyfriend, and 2 other men doing it. I tell my roommate that I will call the police if she doesn't stop right that second. 3 of the men got dressed and left. I told her to go with her boyfriend because I don't want to see her in the house I pay for. She doesn't even pay rent? Who is this person? I just let her stay for free. I found body fluids on my couch and an empty man wrapper after this.
Man rapper, mind you.
Man wrapper.
I don't even know her.
The next day, I sent her a text saying she has to pack her bags and go in a week. And if she doesn't comply, she have the cops deal with it, is what it says. Now she keeps telling me I went too far with this, but I personally think the punishment fits. It was disgusting what she did, and maybe could have had gave, maybe is what she meant to say, gave a heads up, but it says Habe. She could have gave a heads up beforehand.
Right off the bat, obsessed with, if you don't stop fucking right now, I will call the cops. Like,
That's
what?
amazing. Well, but
Love
like,
that. Love that.
that's
Okay,
how you know
thoughts?
this is a white woman.
Yeah.
Because in no way would
Twice.
anybody else.
We're talking about cops.
Right. And also, like, you walk into somebody fucking in your home and your first reaction is, I have to tell the authorities. It's
Okay,
crazy.
so
That's really wild, I will say.
what would you do if you came home and you caught me or Lauren going at it with 3 people in the living room?
Well-
Which, mind you, our front door opens into the living room, so it would be like immediately.
Yeah, you would literally,
Like immediately. Bam.
yeah, you would be, like, in the action. Well,
Would you freak out? Would you join in?
I was about to
Would
say,
you-
if I was having sex with 3 people on this couch and you walked in, I know it would become a fivesome.
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that,
No.
you know what I mean?
Let's take a break. No.
Well, the tea is, I would probably be mad, not because there are 4 people in the home fucking, but that there are 4 people fucking in the living room.
Okay.
I
So
would not
if-
be chuffed about that.
So if there was a foursome in one of the rooms, doors closed.
I would love to not be there for a foursome. A foursome is quite a few house guests. The bathroom is not stocked for a foursome. Like, so I would like to know so I can not be here for it, but like, it's fine. I think this person's not being the asshole because they literally,
Yeah.
this
no, I
person
think
is
that's safe
staying
to
there
say.
for free.
This person, yeah. Like, already, what do you mean you are staying somewhere for free? What's up with that? Let's, like, free, like, you're not, like, paying rent, but you're, like, contributing in some way?
Yeah, does she
Like,
want another free roommate who doesn't pay rent that isn't a sex deviant? I'll sign that lease right
right,
now.
because we're not saying, oh, this is my friend that's crashing with me. It's this is my roommate that doesn't pay rent. So that is very intriguing to me. And then to have the gall to have not one, not two, but three men fucking yeah.
Fierce.
Like that's like that's wild. You are most definitely not the asshole. Let me read yours.
Mine are not as like. I was not expecting that to be that crazy that quick because mine are not that crazy.
That was the most insane of mine, I will say.
This one is one that I saw that I was like, I did kind of scream about because it's crazy.
Okay. I'm at the asshole for telling my friend she's in the same league as men she calls ugly.
Oh, what you said?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
My friend, 19 female, downloaded dating apps like Tinder and Hinge for the first time about a week ago. For reference, she's the type that always says she wants a boyfriend, wants to do a couple of things, feels lonely, single, etc. She's also, in my opinion at least, very normal and average looks-wise. Not ugly, not super hot, just alright. Okay.
So already.
We're so like this is like bro speak for like she's a dog.
She's a dog.
Since then she's been complaining to me that almost all the men there are ugly, short, etc., and that she doesn't match with anybody hot. I asked to see which people she was calling ugly, and so she showed me her likes, and it mostly showed people perfectly in her league, as in moderately attractive guys. I told her that these guys were all in her league and she should give some of them a chance since she always complains about wanting to be in a relationship. She denied that she's the same league as them and said that she's much more attractive than them. I pointed out that in her own words, she doesn't match with any of the guys she does find attractive, so she's not in their league. She said I was an asshole. Am I?
This is loaded, I fear.
Okay, so this is the thing. You think that your friend is ugly.
Yeah.
You think that your friend is ugly, period. Period.
Yeah.
This is the situation. Maybe she is. However, like, real talk. Maybe your friend is not conventionally attractive at all and is wanting to match with like conventionally attractive 6'2" white washboard abs like trade. That is a pickle to be in. The way that I would go about this is not even for the slightest bit make a comment or an implication about your friend's looks. You should just say, well, hey, be more open-minded to other people. Like, that's the angle that I would take, is I would take, like, not like about like, oh, you should date someone that you don't find attractive because you're also a dog, is, I think, like a crazy thing to say. Whereas, like, maybe you shouldn't judge them so much, like, by what they look like, because very often, actually, the people that you might think are super hot and you, like, want to date, maybe they're more shallow, or they just, like, sometimes, like, really, like, conventionally attractive people, or just people that have privilege, just, like, don't, like...
They're not husband material.
Yeah, like, they just don't see life the same way, to a point, like, where it's, like, it does get in the way of anything beyond just, like, fucking. So, that's the angle that I would take, is I would say, hey, like, just be more open. I would never, ever make the implication that my friend is, like, not attractive, and people that she doesn't...
You would never imply something like that.
To them? What? No.
To any friend ever. You are nothing but kind and sweet about your friend's opinions.
Not, like, genuinely.
Good to know.
Oh my god, please.
Mark it down.
Well...
Mark it down on this day.
Say what you need to say.
There didn't need that.
No, say it right now, say it.
No, this man dogs on me all the time.
Yeah, but I'm like joking. Like I don't mean it. Like I would never say. I would never say that.
I would never say that. Roll the tapes. Roll back the tapes for this
No, but
man's
like for real, like I would never sit
hog
here
body ass. And I'm
and
kidding.
say like, yeah. So I would say that yeah, you are the asshole. User fluid experience 866. I would say that you are the asshole. Are you in need of medical assistance?
Nurse.
This is
Looking
what I'm
like
telling you guys.
Looking like a codfish over here. Okay, read this one. Out loud.
My
maybe.
God, this is actually
You
kind
should
of
read it out
wild.
loud.
This is really wild. Am I the asshole for serving only vegan food at my wedding without telling anyone, then getting upset when my family ordered 20 pizzas during the reception? Oh my God, already right out the gate. I, 28 female, just had my wedding last weekend. My husband, 30 male, and I have been vegan for 3 years, and we decided to have an all-vegan reception dinner. We spent months working an amazing chef to create a gourmet 5-course meal that just happened to be vegan. Think mushroom Wellington, truffle risotto, roasted vegetable tarts. That sounds kind of delicious, I'm not gonna lie.
No, like
We spent
the food
nearly
sounds good.
$15,000 on the food alone. We
That makes
deliberately
sense.
didn't mention the food was vegan on the invitations because we wanted people to enjoy it without prejudice. Every dish was designed to be delicious and satisfying regardless of dietary preference. The ceremony was beautiful, but during the reception, I noticed my brother Tom, 32, wasn't at his table. 20 minutes later, I watched in horror as he and my cousins walked in carrying 20 large pizzas. They started distributing them to guests, announcing real food for anyone who wants it. Oh my God, I would kill myself. I was mortified. The caterers looked so embarrassed, and several guests hadn't even tried our carefully planned menu yet. When I confronted Tom, he said my aunt had texted him that all the food is just vegetables, and they couldn't let people go hungry at a wedding. The pizza completely upstaged our expensive gourmet meal. People were taking photos and treating it like a joke. My mother-in-law posted on Facebook about how her son's wedding was saved by pizza because the bride tried to force everyone to eat rabbit food. Is there more?
Yeah.
I ended up crying in the bathroom, and my husband asked Tom and the cousins to leave. This caused a scene, and now half the family is calling us stuck up and saying we ruined our own wedding by pushing our beliefs on everyone. They're saying we should have warned people about the vegan menu. Am I the asshole for not announcing the menu was vegan and then getting upset about the pizza? This is crazy because I think not saying anything is teeing yourself up for heartbreak.
So, what I think is this. I think, and I chose this one because we were talking about this recently for no reason. But being vegan is not inherently an indicator that you are insane and that you are doing it in a weird way. Unfortunately, a lot of really weird people that are looking to do insane things look at veganism and say, "Ooh, perfect."
Right.
So, like, that is just generally kind of like the vibe that you have to fight against if you are trying to do anything like vegan, because you like that's the vibe check that you need to pass. So that being said, I think that like the thing about like vegan food is that like it like it's not like you can't eat like vegan food if you're not a vegan. Like it can still be very good, and like we were
Right.
saying, like the food that was described was good. I agree that if you are looking for people to be happy with the food and like it, I do think that you're setting yourself up for disappointment by doing it all vegan and not giving people a heads up. Like, yeah, like not everyone is going to be thrilled with it. However, I do think that there is such a thing as decorum, and I do not believe that
Yeah.
ordering 20 pizzas to a wedding and making a whole scene of it and it being a whole blah, 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 and then talking shit about, like, the food that clearly, like, there was a lot of thought, time, and money put into the food. Like, I think that is insane.
I'm so gagged
So,
because
yeah. Like, I don't think that is crazy vegan behavior.
I think crazy vegan behavior is not saying anything. I think that's setting yourself up to get your heart broken.
For sure, but like,
Like,
I don't think that
however-
yeah, like if the goal is to have the people like the food, that's one thing. If the goal is that you want to have your wedding be like all vegan, then like fine. Like I think it's fine. Like, but like of course there's gonna be folks that are disappointed because like not like there's not like a lot of people that are not like vegan that care to try like vegan stuff, and like a lot of it is good, but there's just such a stigma like about it like being like bland and shit, and so people just like don't always want to try it. Plus like there's some people that just straight up don't eat like vegetables. Like it's so crazy.
Yeah.
So like there's that, but again I just don't think that means that like that response is warranted. Like that is so crazy. Like that's so dramatic. Like you don't like want to eat like vegetables, so you have to make a whole scene at your sister's wedding. Jeez.
That's really, really wild.
Like that's insane.
Like the thing is, you all sound crazy, and you all sound like you deserve each other. Like this, like sorry, sounds like your family is right about that beat, or you're like your mother-in-law and shit is right about
Is this the other one?
yeah, it's like not that dramatic, but it's about cats, and yeah.
That's serious. Okay, let's
Yeah.
see. Am I the asshole for refusing to lock my cats up so my friend's boyfriend can visit my house? Look, she's my best friend, but I can't stand her boyfriend. No one can. I know, I think we're talking about that. All he does is make rude, snarky comments and complains about everything everywhere he goes. Nothing is ever good enough, or nothing is ever as good as his stuff.
Bars.
Bam. I decided to have a small cookout at my house. He has made comments about its location and quality many times before. Damn. Nonetheless, we're planning to have good food, drinks, and a whole lot of other stuff to spend some time with our friends and relax a little. And they're both invited. My bestie is worried about her boyfriend's cat allergies. I have 2 cats. Both hide when people are over. She asked me to lock them in my room for the day to not upset his allergies. He has been to my house twice now and has never complained about my cats. I simply told her no. After she persisted, I reminded her he's been around them and their fur, which lingers around them at all times in the past. I asked what he did. No, I asked what he did. Oh my god. I asked
Can you say
what
magnetic?
No, literally. I asked what he did then to manage it. She said take Benadryl. I recommend he take it again before and after his visit. She persisted. So I said I'm not locking my cats in a room for the day, and so far that's been that. Am I the asshole? I'm not sure if my dislike of her boyfriend is clouding my judgment. But I also think of how panicked and uncomfortable my cats will be, and it seems unreasonable to request that from me. Also, their discomfort really doesn't seem worth his company. I don't know. Am I the asshole?
So?
Like, so
This guy just seems like a dick. I just would use this as an excuse to not have him at my house.
yeah, I think this is just like there needs to be a conversation had of like, hey, like I chose to live with you because we are both like comfortable living with cats. Your boyfriend is not, and that's so valid, but I did not agree to share space with someone that wasn't okay with my cat. And so I'm not
Listen.
going to like,
And it's not even like her roommate's boyfriend, it's her friend's boyfriend.
oh, the best friend.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, bye. Yeah,
No, get your fucking boyfriend
absolutely
out of
not.
here.
Yeah, like that's so crazy.
It's a cookout. Aren't we gonna
You
be in the
don't even-
backyard anyway? Like,
Yeah,
why should I put
you
my
don't
cats in the
even
room?
Live. I don't know why I assumed that like that was they were roommates. I mean, like it just
They were roommates.
you would think so. With like, why would it matter? Like that's so crazy.
Lock the cats up. Is the exterminator coming? Why
like,
would I let the fucking cat
where-
up?
Like, this is my
Why
home,
would I do that?
and this is my cat. Why would I have to lock my cat up so that you can bring your little boyfriend here that I don't even like? Go fuck off.
I want to see if I can get Pigeon on camera. Speaking of
That's
cats,
so crazy.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
If you want to read, I have another one, but it's not good.
Okay, this is the other one that I'm gonna read.
And think about your song of the week.
Am I the asshole for reacting wrongly to my friend coming out? Oh boy. I've been friends with this girl for a long time, about 10 years now, so we've both known each other for ages. We recently grabbed lunch together at a restaurant to catch up, and she clearly had something on her mind, but I figured I'd let her bring it up whenever she was ready. Towards the middle of our visit, she said she had to let me know something and to keep it between us. I agreed, and she said she was bisexual. I replied something along the lines of, I figured so. Woo! Okay. Okay. Conversation continued on what I thought was seemingly normal. We both finished our food and left. The next day, I woke up to a message from her saying she was hurt I wasn't more accepting of her, which wasn't my intention. I messaged back saying that she knows that I don't care about that, and I'm sorry if my reaction came across the wrong way, as I wouldn't want to hurt her. I am typically, there's a cat in the frame. I am typically very blunt, but I should have been more aware of what she needed at the time. It's too late to change the past, but I said that I can be that now if she wants. She just left me on red and hasn't responded to any text and or calls. Other friends are starting to get involved, and I really don't know what to do. Edit. Just to add that I am some form of asexual. I assign sexual/romantic relationships no value within my own life, and I don't see the appeal. While sure, I am happy for friends to find their partners, I'm not going to be invested as others are. My friends know this, including the main girl the post is about. I've been open with all my friends, past and present, about this. So here's the thing. If somebody comes out to you and you say, oh, duh, or yeah, I figured,
Yeah.
that
Jail.
is crazy.
Don't say that.
It is insane.
Might as well just call me a faggot. Like,
It's like
insane.
that is so insane. The only way that that can be like kind of cute is when you come out to like a parent and they're like, oh, of course I knew. You're my child. Ugh, like that, like whole like mess, like Love Simon tease. But
I would way rather prefer that.
But what was I saying? Oh yeah, like there is no way that like someone that you're just like friends with, you can't say that shit. Like that is so crazy. Like this, like they clearly worked up the courage to like share this with you and to be open about this. Like it's insane that that is what you said, and then like that was all like that was said like no affirmation, no like oh like thank you for sharing, or like you know like you're so brave, or just like some sort of like hey like thank you for coming out to me, like you are safe, like just like something like clearly like this person was like worried about it.
Yeah.
To then say that because you are some form of asexual, that because you do not see relationships or like sexuality in that same way as your friend might, that means that you get to diminish, dismiss, invalidate their journey so much so as to like have very like blasé like responses to their coming out. Like that's just crazy. So you are so the asshole and so the drama. That's so crazy.
A rare dub for the bisexuals from Adrian. Wake that up.
Yeah, like it's not her fault that she's annoying and bisexual. And
I knew you would say something stupid. You snuck greedy in there.
Greedy! Woo!
You know that I'm greedy for cum.
Let's edit that out. Okay, so,
No.
so this is my final one. It is, Mama, we're going out.
Oh my god, this is me. This is a story that I put on Reddit.
This is me. Look out, cause here I come.
LGBT, am I the asshole? Oh my god, I didn't know this existed.
I knew I told you about it.
You did?
Yeah. Shadow, listen to me. Shadow, listen to me.
Am I the asshole for rejecting a furry?
Am I the asshole for rejecting a furry?
Am I the asshole for rejecting a furry? This happened about a week
Not a week ago.
About a week ago, and it's been so distracting. I'm a female, and the furry I will be talking about is also a female. But for privacy, I will not be saying her name or age, and I'm also not going to be saying my age. So I'm bi. Jeez, this really is like the story of my fucking life. If I get to the end of this and this is like word for word what happened to me, I almost dated a furry in high school, close call. But now they're like TikTok famous. Link down below. But they are, you know this. So I'm bi, and this furry who I refer to as Fall. So their name's Autumn. Wake it up. Is a lesbian. Fall was one of my best friends, and we would often hang out. I didn't care that she was a furry because I'm not going to judge her for being herself. Anyways, I was talking with my two other friends when she came out to me. She said, "Hey, kitten, can we talk?" I would blow my brains out. And yes, she called me kitten, which I had gotten used to. In parentheses, I know it may be weird to some people, but I didn't really care what she called me. I told my other two friends I'd be back in a few minutes and stepped to the side with Fall. She then took a closer step and said, "I like you. Will you be my girlfriend?" I was shocked because I didn't realize she liked me. I didn't want to be mean, but I wasn't planning on leading her on, so I told her that I didn't feel the same way and that we could just be friends. She was obviously upset, but she smiled and said, "That's all right, kitten." Oh my God. Then awkwardly left and told my other two friends about it. The next day she was distant. She'd even ignore me. A few weeks passed and I just stopped seeing her. To this day, I don't know what happened to her. Am I the asshole for rejecting her? No! You're not the asshole for rejecting somebody that you don't like.
Wake it up.
And if they're weird about it, then like...
Sorry, Fall.
Sorry, Fall.
Fall has McFallen.
She's McFallen.
Let me ask you a very important question.
What?
Let me ask you a very important question.
What?
What's your song of the week?
My song
of the week.
My song of the week. My song of the week.
Oh my God.
My song of the week is Fuck Me Eyes by Ethel Cain. It's really good. The synths get me just real fired up.
Completely fired up.
I love a synth. Ooh. What's your song of the week?
I don't know.
He's scrolling. It's not Ray of Light?
Yeah, like Loki is still Ray of Light. I'm so sorry. Okay, but
Was it Ray of Light last week?
Yes, it was. Let's wake this up.
What? Wake it up.
I played it one day. No, all of a sudden.
It's back. You did.
I just wanna
Rare
say that I'm a
W for
trendsetter.
Adrian's music taste. I'm kidding. Joke, yeah.
You're so right. You as the white man have a more valid taste in music than I do.
No,
I'll see you guys next week. Thank you
as
so much.
someone
Pray for me
who
and
listens
this
to
white devil.
No, I was saying as someone who listens to a lot of really good music.
And I listen to a lot of really bad music.
No, I'm kidding. You listen to great music. I'm just fucking with you.
I listen to your music. So there's that.
Oh yeah, wait. Actually, my song of the week is mine. That came out yesterday. It's Fear the Fold. Please go listen to it. Sorry that I forgot to mention it again. If you made it this far in the video, go stream it. There will be a link down below. It'll be the first link, even.
Goodbye.
Bye. This is a long episode. Damn.
The longest episode.